Good morning. So, the satsang is one of those opportunities to give a good blow to the mind, in the sense of to make the mind quiet about the subject of knowing oneself. And it's possible only when one has, I can say, experienced that somewhere, which is absolutely nowhere, not located, not in time, it's ever there. And that's what one is, and we call it the self, for example, or my true self, my true nature. So it is to the mind that one has said, keep quiet. Keep quiet. You have seen what is. You cannot catch it. It is common to all. It's not personal. Now you keep quiet. You cannot help to be busy with the things of the world, but about this search, you keep quiet. I will not go with you in any movement you produce towards the subject. But as I say, for that, it looks you need that experience of realizing that you are absolutely nobody. In fact, knowing also that this is an experience, but then, you just surrender or dismiss the search disappears. Anything which is not clear about it, or which is not your experience, make this time your opportunity to finally make your mind, keep your mind from where he has always been, in the world of appearance, it means. So, chin chin. I see quite a new faces, so I don't know if you don't get my language, you are totally free to ask me, especially that I'm not English speaking. So, in fact, when the master says keep quiet, we always take it as, okay, I keep quiet where I am always, where I have always been. But in fact, as I said from the beginning, it's too much to say so, because you keep quiet or not, it's there. So, today let's take in this way. Let this mind finally keep quiet, you see. Means there is no movement. Those movements towards the knowledge of yourself disappeared. So there is no search about that. What do you think? Is it your experience? If not, tell me how. What?
And I would say that it's not my experience what you say, but I'm also aware that by grabbing this question, it's also the wrong direction in a way.
Which question?
Well, this what I'm saying to you now. So for me to say,
Ah,
it's not my experience,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you describe,
yeah.
is in some way emphasizing this this search or this, the mind's preoccupation with this subject.
And I give emphasis to that. Okay, in what I said, I consider that somebody has a search. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. It's all about the mind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I say. I have moments where I have nothing to say because from where we all are, there is absolutely nothing to say. Otherwise, it becomes mental, mind, the mind. Okay, if you like, then it's over. But otherwise, I can consider. Okay, you are not all of you, but many are here because you search, still maybe. And so I say, okay, I say what I say.
Yeah, it wasn't a criticism of what you said, it was more a...
No, I understand, okay.
Yeah, it was exposing in a way that...
So if you see, okay,
Yeah.
if you see that you are still in your mind, if you
Yeah.
search, then drop a moment the preoccupation of your mind, because it will never attain it.
Yeah, I've got to say that seems really difficult for me.
Because it gives a meaning to your personal life.
Mm.
And then there is a fear, and then what I will become, it's a...
Yeah.
But all these are illusory ideas about you. Huh? So don't worry, try at least, take the risk. And I will give your search back if you are not happy. But even, it's extraordinary because whatever word you pronounce, take the risk. There is no risk to take because you are already it. But then I say to the mind, just go and take the risk to keep quiet. Not to try to find a solution to that search.
Can I say that if there's been times when I've I'm not going to say dropped the search, but not engaged with it, with the mind, then the mind just finds something else to be totally preoccupied with. So it just replaces.
Yeah, the mind is always preoccupied, sure. But that you cannot help. Let it be. I mean, otherwise it doesn't exist. That's why I insist about the subject. About the subject, it tries to make a loop to find a solution which will anyway not be graspable by it. He is in total defeat here, the mind. And he will always be. There is no exceptions.
Can I say even for the mind to be saying, don't entertain the search, it's still don't try not to be clever here, but it's still
Yeah, you are
eyes activated, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have not to repeat a mantra of a knowledge. You just have to, okay, don't, what you said, don't go or don't be preoccupied by dropping.
Okay.
Just do it.
You don't respond to it, like comment on it or respond to it, just.
If somebody whom I trust says to me, this is a poison, be careful. If I trust, then I will not drink. If I don't trust, so let me take the risk. You know. One wants to save something personally. This is the we have some cherished ideas or experience or fantasy that we want to save. So, for a while. So what happens? You are the same then. You ask this question, we had some dialogue, and then what?
In a way, I try to apply what you say.
Trying. If you try, you don't do it. And doing is like, okay, check on. I don't try, but I try to. I try to.
What you're saying to me is don't. Is drop the
It's
search.
stopping. It's stopping asking the same question again and again. I ask you, okay, you took that, drop the search, do it. Let's see then. Or no, maybe better, know that the search is the mind. It's not who you are or what is. Maybe it's better because again, otherwise you work on with the mind. Just know that. It was a fantasy of the mind or an arrogance of the mind because you will never be successful here.
Well, I think the difficulty is that because there's so much identification with the mind, then
No, it doesn't matter. We all have done that and we are still full of identification. Doesn't matter. It's about this search. Don't care about other things. I don't ask you to be detached. I don't ask you to be enlightened as a person. I just say about this search. One subject. The subject of that subject. Yes.
Something comes when you speak about the subject, but it's for me it's more about the direction from the eye.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as it's pointing to the eye as me as a person, any direction coming from this eye towards the search reinforce that eye.
Yeah.
While if there is a drop of that I, and it is like something is listening that I, fighting with the surge. So somehow it doesn't give any direction outward, but it kind of bring it inward. There is no outward and inward, but it's like a direction, like a feeling of stopping to suffocate, to find something outside somehow. So I don't know, it's still maybe a trick of the mind to say, oh, I found what to do.
No, the trick of the mind is that it looks, it knows what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. But still,
That's
it
too
brings
much.
but
Okay,
brings
it
quiet.
has been, or it gives some effect, but it will be only an effect because it is the result of a knowledge
Or an experience.
or experience. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's more an
Yeah.
experience because
Okay.
it has a taste.
Okay.
It has a taste, so it's not that I...
yeah. But then, if you have that taste, be even know that a taste becomes described. It is described, so it becomes object again. So just don't confuse yourself for whatever rises. That's all. Huh? Mm. And the need maybe to again and again trying not to be lost will also disappear, because you are never lost. But one thinks it is in the mind, and then even if he hears it is not, but in the system he thinks it's in the mind, so he wants always to reaffirm or confirm, oh, I'm not lost, I am careful. That talk is in the end too much, even if it helped you for a while. Yeah. Because this is a result of a good practice. You see, now you have to forget the practice and the result. Yeah.
So, 2 satsangs ago, I had a very powerful experience,
Mm-hmm.
and last satsang I didn't share it, and I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
after, and you said to share it anyway in satsang, so I will. So what happened was, I was just looking at you, and your eyes met me, and it was just very short. It was, and you looked the other way. And this one moment, my heart just burst.
Okay.
It was so powerful that I felt if I kept it going, stay with it, I would just burst into laughing. It was pure joy.
Yeah.
But then I say, okay, this is
Okay,
not,
but why do you put it in the past? Because if you cannot put it in now, it means your references were expressions. And expressions is in the world of appearance, it goes on changing. So they are not the same now, probably. So don't put it in the past. You are always what made you, what you try to express. But what you try to express will go on changing. But you could have these strong experiences because there was a split second of nakedness with what is. But that's always here. That's what you are. So don't confuse it with the expressions. It will not always be, I'm free. Sometimes it will be, oh shit, I'm not free. You have to see that all these are only expressions of what is not personal, but you are it.
This is why I didn't want to share it, because
No. You put it in the past, so that was already. Otherwise, if you say that's why I didn't share it, you would not say in the past today. What you share, if it is not something you try to describe just now, it's an experience of the past, in time. Of course, the mind always attributes. You attribute because I had a glance with you. You attribute to that. You see, maybe it helped, but the thing is not my glance. The thing is that you were with yourself. So don't attribute to anything. It can happen with a sheet of a dove who falls on your nose. It can happen with anything.
Where did that come from?
Yeah?
Ganga.
Where are you?
Outside.
Okay. Yeah, hi.
Hi. I share also something. The last time was blessing the satsang, and it was clear and free and all. And then really from 1 second to another, it was just this big depression came up, and and then I felt in and all, and the eye and everything was there, and okay, and then I was totally lost, and I know I came then later after satsang to you, and you said, yeah, you can bring this and that, but in satsang, but I was so really overwhelmed.
And just now?
Now it passed over. And just see, it's
So be just now.
Just now, birth, yeah, it's good.
Just be just now.
Just now, good. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was just
you cannot stop this appearance to take the shape that the destiny of this body mind brings with it. You cannot. So just know it when it happens. Don't think, oh, I lost myself. I mean, as a person, you are lost in depression for a while. Know that it will pass. And this is the world of appearance. It has nothing to do with that search, who am I in fact in reality.
Yeah.
And this one is helpless of what happens in this life.
And what should I do with, because afterwards there was just this insight. I know it's again the body mind, but and I just saw, hey, it's good that it comes out because it was also suppressed and blah. But this is the blood of the mind. But
This is a therapeutic remark.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, good or not, you have no power on it.
yeah.
Things go out or not. What can you do? And if you go to therapy to bring it out, you had to do that. If you don't go to therapy and it is there hidden, and it doesn't mean that you cannot free yourself from this tyranny of this apparent world. What to do?
Yeah.
And yet, you see, it makes a difference if you naturally could drop the search of who am I, in the sense of what is this I, not in a sense of therapy. It makes a big difference because the world of appearance is not in your hands, so it will be the same that this, let's say, spiritual search or philosophical search is there or not. But it makes a huge difference because whenever things go on changing, when they pass, you can just say, oh, in fact, nothing happened, nothing happened. And it never comes to you anymore that I lost myself. Yeah, I lost myself in depression, but then it's clear that you describe the person. But you don't lose yourself.
What you do?
Lose what is. If you know that in a way that it cannot be wavered by the mind, it's quite enough to be deeply happy, even if you show in time moments of unhappiness. What to say?
Yeah.
It's true that I don't give much consolation for this life, but there is the radical consolation to know yourself, and then the life plays itself, That's why you see, one has definitively to drop this fantasy to bring the one who don't search anymore or is quiet about it on a pedestal of, then you see he has a life more happy, or he's a better man or woman, or whatever, you see. This is a total miscomprehension. So don't go there. life is the life which is glued to the birth, personal to each one. Things will happen, no control. It's like that, even if you think you have, but you don't. But there is this split second which makes everything in a relative way, which gives you peace. Yeah.
And I have another thing.
Where
Outside again.
are you?
Yeah. So I thought for a long time that I have positioned myself somewhere, but there is no need for to position myself.
You are already positioned in that body. It's already enough position. Huh? It's enough. And the mind position, the mind, how you would say? Positions itself wherever his fantasy goes. But it's just fantasies. And it will continue so, you see. But that surge disappears. That surge disappears.
But there are moments that the mind, that I see, okay, now, yeah, there is another, wants to search again or so, and but it's like this.
Which kind of surge?
Huh?
Which kind of surge?
I know, just that there something appears, so now I have to position myself, I have to look, and so, and I just see it, but it appears also. It's not. It's.
You don't need to live with this. It's too crazy.
Yeah. But when it appears, it doesn't matter. So it just appears.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it's not even worth to mention to yourself.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm well.
Ganga? I'm going to stand up so I can see you.
Hi.
This is my second time being here.
Mhm.
And right now I'm feeling just so much relief and rawness because of the awareness of how much I have held on to the searching and just I'm having a moment of letting go of that.
Good.
I just wanted to share that with you.
And I just add, even the let go is in the fantasy of the search. So, just, yeah.
This question is not really, I mean, it's more if one is teaching, it seems to me very advanced teaching. So somehow it's like what you share, it seems really like a very advanced teaching. It's like you arrive at the end of the whatever search because it's in human nature to search. As a kid, we look at our body and what is this. Like we discover ourselves as a physical body and then it goes further, we look for what we are in experience and so on and so on. And then we get tired of searching and we arrive in that ages of like, let's say, more deeper quest, like spiritual quests somehow. And but all of this was part of it. Part of
For
it.
you. For some people
For me,
it's
I don't know
different.
for others, I cannot
Yeah.
speak, but
For you, yeah.
it seems like I don't know if I would have somebody that comes and say, share with me what you learn on your path, I would hardly say, don't do anything. Because I know that all what I've been doing was part of that last moment where I actually agree and realize that there is nothing.
Maybe it was your delay. Nothing is logical, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like me, I stayed 29 years with my master. The best master ever. 29 years. I would never say you need 29 years, you know. It was my delay. But I could not do otherwise, personally, so like you could not do otherwise, doesn't matter, huh? But don't give good justification to illusion. Really. Doesn't matter.
It's quite confusing when you look
Huh?
at all
What,
this.
what?
I said it's quite confusing when you look, I mean, I like that tradition, that very raw and simple way of transmitting truth. But if you look at many masters, they, again, I don't want to argue in the philosophical thought, but like, you know, they speak, for example, in Hatha Yoga, Pradipika, Vedanta Samhita, all these crazy books from traditions from millennia, they really speak about a serious journey of
Yeah, but everybody teaches what he believes in.
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
All has its place.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes.
It helps it helps even many, let's say, and it doesn't help some others, and so on. I mean, there is no part, you know. Yeah. Everyone has his timing.
But what I mean by that is we could say to someone, just keep searching in the moment you get tired of it, and then we can start speaking. Because if you say stop searching.
Anyway, if you say stop searching and you cannot take it, you will go on searching anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all right. Don't you think from the first moment I met my master, he said the direct thing. Nothing ever happened, or there's no search, whatever. And I understood in a very indirect way for quite a while. It's like that. And some others, they just came 3 days and basta. So it doesn't mean anything about what is. So you have not also to regret your journey. You could not do otherwise. But you have not also to teach that if you have seen that it's a delay, you know. So everything is perfect.
Ganga outside. So I mean, at the end, I have nothing in my hand. Even the delay just arises.
There is no question, yeah?
But I can, as a body mind, I can give my best to not.
Yeah, you can always do your best, and you believe you do your best, but it's because it had to be like this. It's okay, of course. I mean, but you see, just to add to what I said before, it's absolutely irrelevant and it's of no use to criticize other teachings, other teachers, because if you follow them, it was your path, and it was your path to eventually quit or not. I mean, everything is perfect. We have not to say to others, oh, you are there, is not good. If you are in a place and you feel you are progressing on whatever illusion is there, do it. You have not to interfere. And the one who really wants to be free, don't worry. That fire itself, that surge, will bring you at some point the right thing to hear or to just be free. So enough of criticizing all the time the path of others and the teachings and the teachers. If you have been there, you needed to be there, you see. But you are also free if your search is really fiery and that you need to hear something else. Don't worry, it will bring you to that something else. And if not, perfect, it's what you want and that's it. Nobody can interfere here. Nobody can interfere in the personal journey of anybody. And if you do and it works, okay, it had to be like this. Also. But, I mean... Oh, I lost my time, this bloody fellow, he manipulated me. It's because you had to. And you learn things from there. Basta, no. I close the... So, something? Yeah.
I realized that I have an idea about something.
You have an idea?
And I had an idea about something.
Yeah, sure.
If I or anybody else states that, or if I say I'm not searching, I think it's arrogant.
Ah. May not be also. If it is to make a point to somebody else, you know, I'm not searching. Take me for, you know. But if it is just, even in yourself, say, wow, lucky I am, I'm not searching. It's different, no? No. If there is anything with intention, then it may be arrogance.
It's because I just felt like saying, like when you speak about research, and I was feeling, I felt I want to me, I'm really scared of saying this, but for me, I feel it's not a search, it's a knowledge.
Mm.
And then I feel if I say that, it's just, that's not okay.
Then if it is not okay, you don't say it anymore.
Ganga, I like what he says, Avadu Gita, neither free nor not free. You always add the opposite to cut both. I am neither free nor not free. Because if someone is free, it's still one too much. So to cut this, he brings the opposite. I'm neither free nor not free. That's why you stay in position of one who is free, what you refer to, and it's one too much. This is how I...
So, I didn't hear very, maybe I don't want to hear, but I didn't. Okay, what I heard is that to say I am free is the opposite. No.
Oh, sorry. No, not me. I'm speaking with Avadu Gita.
Abdul Gita. Yeah.
He always mention the opposite. It's like neti-neti.
Yeah,
I
sure.
am neither free nor not free.
Yeah, sure.
That's why you stay in the position of one who is free, but this one is too much. There is one too much who is free from the concept of the body.
If there is any one too much, yes, it's too much.
That's why you do this opposite, then you cut both.
In fact, you see, in fact, all this search of freedom and being ignorant and all that is part of the illusory search and finding, of course, you know. It's if you say about freedom, it means the opposite, you believe in the opposite, and so on. Yeah, sure. All that as just disappears. But this this is freedom beyond the opposites.
Yes.
It's wonderful to suddenly be aware that whatever you utter has its opposite. It's amazing, because you see, the mind cannot utter something if there is no opposite. It's amazing. Amazing. That's why I remember it's exactly the same in other words. My master said to someone who said, you know, I've been with you, I'm still the same, means the same bloody one, and I want freedom, so I'm still the same. And master told him, don't compare, because if you compare, you are in the world of opposites. Don't compare. And for that one, it was enough to show that. Don't fall into the world of opposites, which is the mind. Which is the mind. You meant this?
Yeah, I think it's when we mention anything, I am free, any opposite like this, what is at the root of both is one, I. So that's the real meaning of my mind. It's more about seeing about this one which is left for me. So
Right.
rather than to leaving one concept for another one,
Yeah, understood.
from not free to free, but there is still one who is better in this and this.
It's clear, Baba.
For whom?
Ganga.
Pragata.
Lately I've been struck by the word enlightenment.
By what?
The word enlightenment.
Enlightenment.
Yes. So, in enlightenment there is light, right? So one usually takes it in a term of light as opposed to darkness. Right? But light in English also means the opposite of heavy. Right?
Of happy?
Of heavy.
Heavy.
Léger. So enlightenment is to become light in that sense of being.
They have to lose weight.
The absolute sense. The absolute sense. Away of all luggage, of all knowledge, of all accumulated, whatever it is.
And this is not knowledge? Light? Happiness? I ask you. I want to see.
Yes, I was just struck by the word, but one usually takes it and where it leads. It leads usually one thinks that it leads to be light as in the sense of light, not the one that is the opposite of heavy, that is absolutely light.
But we speak of someone or we speak of what is?
And we speak of the word enlightenment.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the
covers-
golden carrot, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, if we didn't have this golden carrot, I mean, we are also lucky to have believed in a golden carrot, but then we are most blessed to hear that not immediately, we cannot take it, but when we can take it, there was never a carrot, even gold carrot at all. It was a fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But one has to. It will just penetrate like in butter, you know, when it's the moment. Otherwise. I wonder, Pragata, why still today, you want to say the word enlightenment, because you see, sure, happily. When I came despair to my master, it's because he was a master of enlightenment. Otherwise, why should I go there when I wanted to finish off everything? So that was a hope. It gave a hope. But here we are, since so many years. So we are trying not to play too much with concepts.
Exactly.
So, of course, even the word enlightenment is a concept, isn't it? So it doesn't mean anything, in fact. Yes, you are, as I said, at peace or happy, but not that you are all the time or happy or at peace. There is something somewhere which is totally at peace, because you are no more entangled with a concept.
Yeah.
But personally, I will never pretend as a human I am lighter or happier than anybody else. I don't. I cannot. Maybe you are, because you are anyway more happy by birth than me in the life, because you are a positive guy. I am not. Yeah, no, but it's very important, my dear. It's very important. It's really something, you know. So, and yet, nothing in this world, let it be unhappiness or happiness, but let it be unhappiness, can make start a search for happiness. No. This is the beauty. This is the absolutely incomprehensible gift, or I don't know what to say.
No,
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unconditionally.
Oh, we don't need to agree, but it's perfect, yeah. Yeah, some guys are more happy than others in characters. But it's also good that I show I'm not such a happy, I can laugh like hell, but I can also be... Because you see, I don't care. Since that surge dropped, yeah, it's like this. And I would never, ever exchange the happiness or the beautiful life of somebody for this. Ever. So, it's funny, it's mysterious.
It's freedom.
So,
Ganga, what you keep showing by being, yes, is why I'm here.
no, I know, Pragata, I know. But it's... I thought I was doing this. Where is it? Thank you. Yeah, I know. But you see, your expression is always positive, which is fantastic. But I cannot express this way, which is also fantastic. Yeah. So, tell me. Yes?
Just about the humbleness and arrogance. Does it matter in the search or whatever? Like, does it matter if I'm humble or arrogant?
If I am humble or arrogant,
Yeah.
it's up to you. If you're comfortable with one thing or another, if that doesn't make you search, or just see if you have a doubt or not about it.
But I just somehow believe always that humbleness is better.
It's better for others, huh?
Yeah.
But you see, is it about a person being arrogant or humble? Is it about that?
It's my own judgment about myself.
Yeah. You don't need to keep that judgment. Sometimes you will be humble, sometimes arrogant. Who can pretend he's always the same as a person? Hmm? That was a fantastic lesson with Papaji, I find. Because as a person, he didn't work at all on his psychic, you know. It was like a raw. So he had a very strong personality. I speak of the person now. A very strong personality. What does it mean? Surely there is arrogance there sometimes. And he could be also extremely humble. He didn't care. He didn't care. So to have seen all that, removed all those ideas of sainthood and a certain kind of being with others and life and all that, it was extraordinary to face those beliefs. And to still see, wow, what a master. So it's up to you.
Ganga,
Yeah.
I have to ask that what I see on you, that you can drop unpleasant states or whatever more easily than, for example, me. And this I attribute to your freedom. Is it true?
I don't know, but maybe. You know, once you understand that the suffering, of course, can be immediate with an event, but there is more suffering when you follow a thought, when you continue. Who wants to do that? Yeah, that's all I can say.
Is there something to do with the ability to drop, the dropping?
I don't know.
I mean, referring to myself. It's not always easy to drop what I'm in.
But I guess for me too, I don't know. I don't know. About how I appear, I don't know. I would not make anything which appears a criterion, you know. A reference, I mean. Even with this, it's interesting what you say, giving up. Even if you see you give up because you here don't keep any concept, for example, you give up. But then, after a new concept comes, and then you have to give up again. And so, of course, it's in time, it can help a lot, up to a certain extent. But to be free from the hypnotism with the mind, it will not be by giving up. It will be by suddenly, so it's not the result of anything, suddenly seeing what is what. And then this life, you see, don't keep any reference in this life. This life will not necessarily be different or show up in a much more, whatever, positive way. And all. You are positive by birth or not. This has nothing to do, it's a character. So this life will not change from how you were, critical and all. You can still be critical and all after being freed from this mind. I mean, I would not trust any appearance. Because I remember about giving up, it was my trick when I was even much before India. Whenever something was too troublesome, I was la 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 la. Do, da, da, da. I had a trick. So I use the same trick. Nothing to do. Yeah. I can tell you that trick. Yes, sir.
Hello. I sometimes ideas about things that wants to appear about part of me, and I express
Things to want to be.
And sometimes some things comes up, like for example, I had last time hate.
Hate.
I had an idea about hate,
Yeah.
and I wanted to express it many years. I had no problem with anger, but it came out of the idea of the person. But this hate, was pressing it down somehow because it was not fitting of the idea what I have about myself somehow. And then it was really like I can't express it. And then it's already feeling strange because I don't express something what wants to be expressed. Not because it's coming, I don't want it, and this I don't want makes me already strange time. But now I was expressing it in the last time, and it was also no judgment in it. It was no, I gave it not a meaning. It was only, it wanted to be blub. It was more like blub. And there is an idea, I try to express it, because there are the things what I don't want to express. It's coming out of this idea what I have about myself. But when I allow or let everything express, if it's hate, also when I have the idea it's not good, or anger, or is it not also being humble to let everything express?
Is it not what? About?
To somehow to show not this thing to say no to some stuff, you know, that I don't want to express them. This feels for me quite arrogant. Also one expression.
Ganga, what you said today in the beginning about you were speaking to Debbie, she asked you, okay, there was this moment where your eyes met. I think that's where I'm stuck. It's a moment, and then my mind starts, oh, it went.
No, you are stuck into the cause. You attribute to a cause, so you are stuck with the cause.
No, I'm
No?
stuck with the fact that it goes.
Stuck with what?
That it goes. It comes, it goes.
What? An expression, an experience.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes an experience. It's here one moment, gone the next moment, and my mind starts running after it.
Experiences, yeah. What do you want?
You said to Debbie, you placed it in time.
You?
That she placed it in time. It was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in the past.
What can I say? If it is in the past, it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
You made it, the mind quickly grasped it in a limited way, in an expression. Even if it was a vast expression or empty expression, doesn't matter. Still, it is the mind which can speak or own it. So it's in time.
Yes.
Even eternity is in time. If you know what you live. I'm eternal. In fact, I'm eternal. Yeah, that's right, but you will not always experience that. So it's even not that. But there is nothing wrong with expression as long as you are in this life. There are only expressions. That's what I say. There is this this moment. I have no idea what it is. It's a mystery to me. Which makes you speak. It's not an experience. But it's impossible to understand that because the mind knows only experiences. So don't worry. If it is not here, no, it was not it.
Mm-hmm.
And know that what is common to all is not in time. And it's an expression, but it's the best. It's always here. It's always available. if you don't want that it is in a certain form. You are it. You don't need to always try to experience it naked, in a naked way. Once is enough. All the rest will be experiences, showing infinite aspects of it. Okay, but it's not it. If you allow to give too much power to your mind, you see, it will make, the mind will make you search again. Too much power to the mind.
I found it very funny about that sentence about I don't care, because I started to make that experience in my life a couple of months ago, and when situations or something like that comes to me and I don't want, they are not so important and I don't want to be bothered with them, I just say I don't care. I don't know if it's from my aging process, but somehow the cosmos solves everything. and it's a miracle for me, for myself, because I was never like that. And just be able to say just...
Don't question it. It's just... Okay. Lucky?
Thank you.
Lucky one? But you see, just don't listen, it's okay. When one has a formula, it's always dangerous. So,
I don't say I don't care.
no, I say don't listen. You don't care, isn't it? It gives me the occasion to say what I wanted to say. So what's the time? Oh. So, something urgent? Thank you.